Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ultimate rating guide for Scum in 2023. And we're just going to cover the first quarter of 2023. To me, a lot of work has to be done with the rating system. Tommy Slav himself, the lead creative director of Scum, said we are going to get rocket launchers. They have implemented a new C4 system that I feel doesn't work right at the moment. So what I'm just trying to tell you is there's a lot of changes that are going to take place, but I will make updated guides. But for now, after a bit of testing, there's probably one or two things that I've missed, but a lot of it doesn't make sense. For instance, I'm never going to upgrade my walls to brick. I'm either going to go I'm either going to stick to metal, wood. Wood is a heck of a lot stronger than twigs. Okay, twigs you can basically destroy with 3 C4s, then there'll just be a bit left for you to destroy the rest. So basically, if you place 3 C4s in front of a twig wall, whether you put it very close or far, I did all my C4 tests this close to the walls, and that used to be my old dojo. The dojo that I showed you guys how to level up all the attributes. And you can see, even though I placed the C4 there, it still blew everything away here. Okay, and here I was just playing around with a few things. So basically, if you place 3 C4s here, the twig wall will have 28 HP left, and you can destroy it. If you place 6 C4s here, this wooden wall will have a bit of HP left, and you can destroy it with other ways that I'm going to show you. The metal, can't really figure out. This feels extremely weak. And just to give you guys an example of the concrete wall, okay? So this is why I say, yes, a lot of things doesn't make sense to me. You know, a lot of things seem a bit broken. Just all over the show. But I have come to a conclusion. So I'm going to spawn in 10 C4s, okay? 10 C4s are no joke, and I'm definitely not going to use 10 C4s on one layer. But I can show you guys now that if I place 10 C4s here, oh, there's another C4. So if I place 10 C4s in front of this concrete wall, okay, destroyed all the walls, but it didn't do anything to the concrete wall. Okay, so that's what I mean. A lot of things are broken because C4 works in a circle. So because I placed it in front of the concrete, the first thing the circle hits, it's going to do maximum damage to. The second thing it hits, it's going to do less. Third thing, it's going to hit less. Fourth thing, it's going to hit less. Okay, and yeah, okay, everything gone. Concrete wall still standing. But if I spawn in one C4, and I just place the C4 on the wall, okay, so that's why I say the rating system is, like, guys, I'm almost going to say almost zero work has been put into it. The grenades do the same damage as every single mine, every single trap. There's like no difference in damage between the traps. So I just feel it's a very low effort that has been put into the rating system at the moment. Maybe they want to sort out the base building first. Even when they introduced the C4 that you place onto the wall, I feel it was done in a rush because it was done at the end of the year, and at least they fixed a lot of the vehicle problems. Okay, but at the end of the day, I am going to update this regularly because I feel it's completely broken and it doesn't make sense. So I cannot give you guys a precise rating guide, but with how it is at the moment, I'm going to help you just a basic and easy way how to raid in Scum at the moment. So let me just get all the walls back up, and let's get started. Okay, so let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. There are two phases with raiding at the moment. If you can't do a kill box, if you don't want to go to cargo drops, if you are not good at wire cutting to defuse suicide puppets, these are basically the only options open to you. Okay, so at the cheapest way to do it is AWM because of my sniper guides. I tested all the snipers again, and the AWM does the most damage without having to use the M82. Okay, so of course you all know that everyone that watched my guides knows that the AWM is the strongest standard sniper rifle in the game, and it does a good bit of damage. Okay, so it can damage any wall basically. You can see there, concrete wall it damages. And then, of course, it damages the wooden walls as well. Okay, the twig walls. Sometimes one, sometimes two. Probably averaging on 1.5 or 1.6. Okay, so that's a good option. Second option is a grenade. The reason that I picked a grenade is that a grenade does the same damage as all the mines. The cooker, the pressure cooker, the pipe bomb, the prom mine, all the other mines, just does roughly the same damage, but it's the cheapest. So if you want to raid with grenades, then you're basically just going to throw the grenade to hit the wall so that it can bounce off the wall, hit the floor, and then that distance is quite good. Okay, so you're just going to throw the wall. And then it's going to do about 9 damage, okay? Average of 9 damage. So you can go through a wall like that, okay? That's the only thing. You can go through a wall. And I feel it is one of the cheapest options. The grenade launcher does the same as the grenade, but of course it's a much more expensive option, but it is a bit of a safer option because you've got more control over it. And then the second phase of raiding is basically claymores and M82s, okay? Out of all the traps, the claymores do a lot of damage. So if you take the improvised claymore, the improvised claymore works differently than the normal claymore. You have to put the bend towards, you have to put the bend away from you, okay? So the grenade has to be pointing towards the wall. The grenade is going to be doing the damage, okay? Nothing up here. So just remember, the grenade must point towards the wall, okay? And then having an AWM with you helps a lot in this situation, or a sniper rifle, so that you can shoot it, okay? So let's just go look at the health of the wall quickly. It's 225. Grenade, mines, and everything does about 9 damage, leaving it at 216. Where a claymore... Keep on forgetting about that. I'll be back now. Okay, where were we before we died? Claymore's range is very, very far, guys. I have seen that you have to be at least 30 meters away, okay? So just be very cautious of that. So when you're going to shoot a Claymore, make sure you range find the wall, and you're not going to place the Claymore right against the wall. You're going to place it a little bit further away, okay? So at least 30 meters. You want to be at least about here when you do this. Okay? At least 30 meters away. Otherwise, it's going to kill you. But in any case, that's why I put the wall there. So you guys can see instead of 9 damage, it gives you 26 damage. Okay? And I mean, it's not that hard to craft a Claymore. Okay, so it's very, very effective damage. So that one did, you know, like 26 damage. This claymore is, you know, the claymore that you find. Not sure if you can still buy it. You definitely can't buy it on my servers. So again, when you look at it back, it says it's the back. So you must let the bend go towards the wall. Okay. So now when we shoot this one, and I'm gonna go 30 meters away now. And one thing I do, you can do this when you're raiding as well. You know, if you like, you know, I've got no clue where this is and I don't want to waste any shots, then you just go to building and you make like a standing torch, you know, something that you can put, and you just go, okay, yeah, it's there at the bottom of that. So then you move away and you shoot at the bottom of it. Okay. And last time we were left with 199. Now we're left with 180. Okay. So that's 45 damage for a proper claymore. So again, it's effective damage. So the more you loot military places, the more claymores you're going to find. Like I say, mines are not worth it at all. So probably just focus on grenades. First the M80, you know, first the AWM, then the grenades. Claymores are definitely the way to go at the moment. And then, of course, your last option is your M82, okay? And an M82 is very, very powerful because we've got 108... We've got 108, 80 health there, and the M82 does 180, does 16 damage, okay? Then on the wooden wall, it does 14 or 15, you know, it does like 14, 13, 12, okay? Depending on what wall you're shooting. So we can easily calculate with 16 damage that we're going to need 11 shots, okay? I think I've got another magazine here. Let me just quickly spawn in another magazine. So although that thing's got, although that wall has got 180 health left, the shots that I've got left isn't going to be enough. Okay, so I just want to go through what I spawned in here. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to just take 2 magazines here. And of course, when you're using an M82, weapon cleaning kits are very important because the gun gets damaged very, very easily. So we're going, we need 11 shots, okay? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay? 10 shots. So it doesn't really matter what distance you're standing at. An M82 is extremely effective, okay? So that's the big thing. And like you see, 10 shots, okay, damages the gun quite a lot. But like I say, you know, with the weapon cleaning kit, you can repair the M82 quite easily. Doesn't take a lot of, you know, does take a lot of use of the weapon cleaning kit, so it's very effective. And if you guys were wondering, no, an RPK is not effective. So the wall has got 607. Okay, 606. It is not effective. It's a waste of your time. So yeah, guys, that's basically it. That is the most effective way to raid at the moment. So, in short, to just recap the video, I will not be using C4s on the ground at all anymore. Because if you use one C4, you do absolutely no damage to anything. If you use 2 C4s, there's still some health left on a twig wall where I can use 1 C4 on a concrete wall, okay, to destroy it. I see bases like this, you know, gets promoted with how tough they are and stuff like that. So even on, you know, even with these funny little builds that the guys are doing, I will just place the C4 on it, okay? But again, like I say, it doesn't make sense that you can destroy any wall with one C4. But like I say, placing a C4 is by far the most effective way at the moment to go through anything. If I put the effort in to craft a C4, to put all that work into a C4, I am going to plant it, okay? So in short, do not place C4s on the ground, attach it to the walls, okay? Secondly, start with your AWM, then go to your grenades, then go to the claymores and the M82, okay? That's the most effective ways to raid at the moment. There are ways to, you can also raid with a bow, but I'm not going to tell you guys about that because I think it's just the dumbest way on the planet for you to be able to use an arrow with a broadhead tip to hurt a wall, but you can't hurt it with an RPK. And realistically, if you take a bow with a broadhead tip and you keep shooting the same arrow, that tip is going to be useless at the end of the day, okay? So I am personally disgusted at the team that won the league, and I'm just letting you guys know, if you ever ask me about the league, I will never participate in the league again. Not only did the worst team in the league win, you know, I feel they exploited. So what Scum unfortunately did with the league is that they made it so that the team that used the most amount of exploits and that are the most toxic wins the league, wins the prizes, and they are going to put that team's pictures in the game, okay? Which I am completely disgusted by, and I'm not sorry to say it. I will never hold a team like that in high regard. So I have done a lot of things on my server to minimize exploits, and you can't use broadhead arrows to raid on my servers, otherwise you will be banned immediately. And of course you can't be toxic on my servers, you know. So the best players according to Scum in the world will never be allowed on my servers. But like I say, the ways that I showed you guys at the moment is the most effective way. And if I just look at the explosive, you know, the explosions doing the damage, I don't mind if you use something, guys. Like, I don't mind if you like ammo, you know, using ammo. I don't mind if you use explosives, because you're going to have to keep farming, or you're going to have to keep playing to gather those resources. But the repeatable ways to raid, like previously you could throw the walls with kunai knives. I thought that was completely broken. Previously you could use crossbows. That was completely broken. I never knew why that was so long in the game. And then now you can still use the ballista bow, which is really it's like the weakest players in the world gets rewarded for using that, because it makes no sense, very unrealistic, and I don't know why you would nerf the crossbow and not nerf the bow, okay? But that's just something that I needed to get off my chest. I'm very, very, very disappointed with the league, and I just don't want you guys to ask me about the league ever again, you know, because everything about it is so bad for the game, it's not even funny. So what I wanted to see now is explosive arrows, okay? So like I say, yeah, it is not allowed to use a bow on my servers, but when we go to explosive arrows, let me just check here quickly. Yeah, we're not worried about the damage that the arrows do, because that's bannable. But we want to see if the arrows themselves do any damage. Okay. So it doesn't really matter what bow I use. So let's use a 35-pound bow. Okay. That's the only thing I didn't think of, because, you know, I don't want to promote it, and I think it's really, really toxic. But let's just see how much health this has. But of course, we did all the tests with the twig wall. So let's just craft the twig wall again. And then I'm just going to set. Okay, so the twig wall has got 125 health. Let's see how much damage one arrow does. One damage. One damage. It's basically just like the broadhead arrows, guys. So a broadhead tip that will break when you shoot a concrete wall, realistically, twice, does the same damage as an explosive arrow. Yeah, that damage is a little bit more consistent. But yeah, if you guys wanted to ask me that in the questions as well, no. No, I'm not going to allow explosive arrows on my servers either, because people can use it as an excuse. You know, when I catch them with a bow, you know, it can just lead to confusion. So in short, you know, there is no bow or crossbow or repeatable uses of something on my servers. But anyways, guys, if you've got any other further questions, please leave it down in the comments below. And if you want to see and learn everything there is to see and learn about Scum, click the subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, you know, all I ask is that you click that like button to let me know you appreciate it. But for now, have fun. Like I say, this is the first quarter of 2023, and I will be updating it because I read the patch notes and I test things regularly. I will be updating this guide as soon as I see any major changes that make sense to me. Okay. And if you guys have got anything else to add, leave it down in the comments below. But let's not talk about bows, and let's not talk about the league again. Thank you very much. Cheers.